Okay, all right, good. Thank you. Anyways, now to go back to point, right? One, in this video, when he mentioned Merrick Garland quoting him saying that the states that he mentioned cannot have voter ID laws because it violates the Civil Rights Act, that never happened. That never, ever happened. Ever. What he is actually referring to was when these states, I'm pretty sure he said North Carolina and Georgia, if I'm not mistaken, somebody can,
yes, he did, yes.
Yes, they try to include they try to include laws that interfered with Black voter functions. So Merrick Garland or the DOJ took wind of that, and they saw there was no reason for these laws to be made. And
what specifically was against Black people, though? What exactly?
Okay, 1 second before Joe, before you continue, let me just get their ages.
Oh, yeah.
Alexis, what's your age?
19.
And SV, what's your age?
35.
Okay, Alexis, did you like Charlie Kirk?
No.
Okay, did you think it was deserved or tragic?
Tragic.
Okay. SV, did you like Charlie Kirk?
I have mixed feelings on him.
Deserved or tragic?
Of course, it's tragic if somebody gets blown away in the middle of
Unalived. Okay, this is a TikTok-friendly language panel, just to let you two know. Okay, continue, Joe. They can join in now.
I wanted to make sure I'm understanding. He said that it was specifically targeted at Black people. How was it specifically? In what way? What do you mean by that?
All right, 1 second. Let me pull it up. Failure.
Oh, where did Melissa go? She was talking and then she dropped.
Oh,
Melissa, if you said something, we didn't hear you, babe.
if anybody wants to jump in, they can. Let me just look it up right quick.
Yeah, Sharing, what's your age?
35.
All right. Brief opinion. Did you like Charlie Kirk? Tragic or deserved?
No, I didn't like Charlie Kirk. I think it was, you said tragic or deserved?
You can answer it however you want. If you want to say a bit of both, neither, you can say whatever.
Oh, I would say, I guess I would go outside of that. I would say it was earned.
Okay, I got you. All right.
Can I say something regarding voter ID?
No, you cannot say anything.
No, Joe's in the middle. You've been talking this whole time. We're gonna get other people's.
Don't be.
We're gonna get other people's opinions, so you can just sit back for a minute.
Well, I want to ask the guy how it's earned. What do you mean by earned?
SV, did you hear MTG's claim or did you just join?
Well, I heard this guy make a claim that something was against Black people specifically. And then I heard this guy say that it was earned to be, unalived in front of national
so hold on. What MTG said was most of the...
No, I think he's asking about Sharing, what Sharing just meant.
That's
so you want Sharing to explain what he means by earned?
Yeah, I want to know why he's justifying violence. That's what I want to know.
Okay, we'll give Sharing a moment to explain what he means by earned if it's not,
I don't want to derail the conversation.
No, you're good. Take a second to answer that because maybe it's not obvious to some people.
I'm still searching it up though.
But SV, like I was saying, MTG's claim was that the Black nuclear family is he's basically targeting people that grew up in a family with one parent, and he's saying that they are like part of the crime rate that Black people that are bad.
Okay, I want to give Sharing an opportunity.
Struggle to be able to
MTG, just 1 second. I want to give Sharing the opportunity to explain what he meant by earned.
So yeah, what I mean by earned is I think that there's a lot going on in as far as the political climate goes. So when the far right, we haven't experienced like a martyr on the far right for a long time. And so, yeah, I think that Charlie Kirk has been lionized in a way that, and there's just so much nuance to it that I do think it's earned.
You just said that he earned him a bullet. So I mean,
Okay,
I
just
just
one
need to
second.
explain what you mean by that.
He's trying to
No,
explain.
he's not.
No.
I know, but
just one
don't
second.
interrupt. Don't interrupt. Just
Don't
let him.
interrupt,
Let him speak, Shamrock.
SV, just chill it out or you'll get dropped. He's trying to explain. Give him an opportunity to finish what he's saying. Okay? Go on, Cherry.
Yeah. So I'll try to land as soon as possible. I know that there's a lot of questions to be asked. There's a lot of nuance to it. It's that I do think that it's earned, like in a sense of like, if we are speaking about it, like, does he deserve this, or was it a tragedy? Is like who deserves this? Who is it tragic? Like, yes, I think it's earned because he's become a martyr. He's become a symbol. And so I think that he earned that due to his rhetoric, due to what he talked about, due to himself saying, he thinks that there's going to be casualties to this effort of preserving gun rights. Like, I think that there's just a lot to it, and I don't want to
just say pew pew or weapon.
Oh, excuse me. I
You're good.
apologize.
You're
You want
good.
me to drop?
You have to use abbreviations, or else.
No, you don't have to
I-
drop. It's fine. I'll give you
I
one warning.
apologize.
You're good.
I apologize.
You're
Pew
good.
pews, but yeah, if that's enough, like I know it can go to several different points, but I do want to make sure to keep everybody engaged.
Yeah. Okay. 1 second, guys. Ivan, what's your age?
1.
Brief opinion on the prompt.
I don't think it's necessarily like tragic, but I kind of think it's deserved, Loki.
Okay. So how'd you feel about him? I'm guessing you didn't like him.
Obviously, I didn't like his points. He was consistently incoherent in a lot of his podcasts. And I think the irony is that he was very
MTV, I'm gonna drop you if you keep interrupting. So your last warning.
I think the irony is that he was very for protecting the Second Amendment to such a degree that he felt like gun deaths were worth it, right?
Unalive. So you have to say pew pew unalive.
Pew pew. He was very for it to a point where he felt like pew pew deaths were
unalive, babe. Unalive. You have to say pew pew unalive.
I'm so sorry. Pew pew unalives. He felt like it that was worth it, right, to protect the Second Amendment. So I think that's just the irony. That's why I think it's low-key deserved.
Okay, 1 second. Shout out to TikTok Shop, guys. I love TikTok Shop. Okay, For Love World. What's your age?
25.
All right. Brief opinion on the prompt.
Yeah, so I feel like shit low-key tragic. Simply because I don't like what a lot of people say. Shit, there's a lot of people don't like what the fuck I say. And just because I don't like what you say doesn't mean I'm gonna come run up on you and blow your shit back. I think that's just some coward shit. I understand that, a lot of the things he challenged were political. You feel me? But if you really want to get down to the nitty gritty, all bro did was debate college kids. And if you think bro should get smoked over that shit, you're bugging the fuck out.
Okay. How did you feel about him otherwise? Did you like him?
To be honest, I had to take a step back and really look at my community, really look at what happened in history, and we can't be ignorant with certain things. Certain things, I could disagree with him on.
Okay,
but
when you say
majority,
one second. When you say your community, who are you referring to? I think
Black
I know.
Community.
Wait, Star, can you mute the comments real quick?
Yeah, babe.
Yeah.
The Black community.
Okay. Guys, we're going to mute the comments. Let's get to 8K likes. When the likes go back up, I will turn the comments back on. We should get there pretty fast. We got 29 people in here. When we get those likes up, it just helps us get on the For You page, helps us to get more people on. Is everyone behaving, Joe, or is it just the likes?
It's just the likes, yeah. And I also have my information to explain like the specific laws that they made.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Oh, you're asking me or the person to continue?
Go, Jolu.
You can go,
Okay.
Jolu. I think
Okay.
for now.
So specifically with the this is the source right here. Let me put on the camera. This is the source. Justice.gov archives. Right here. And specifically what this paragraph is trying to state, the laws that were permitted were they were requiring voters to have photo IDs on top of giving SSN numbers. The other unnecessary one was banning I think they limited hold on, turn my camera off. My arm hurts. Fuck. It was banning food and water, limiting ballot drop boxes. They ban unsolicited absentee ballot applications from government entities, and then they fine civic groups and churches for distributing follow-up absentee applications. God, that's a weird word.
So I want to make sure I'm clear. So you're saying that these specific things are 100% verifiably targeted at a certain minority group?
Yes, because there is a popular amount of black voters in the said area, and the laws that they were passing were insanely unnecessary. So then Charlie Kirk saw this and then took.
But what do you mean by unnecessary? Like, what's your definition of unnecessary?
Like it didn't need to be passed. There was no beneficiary like effect in order to pass these laws.
You don't think there's fraud in elections at all?
I mean, there is fraud in elections, but you don't need to be required to give a photo ID in order to vote. That's not how it works.
Well, how would you know if somebody's voted 1, 2, 8, 10, 100 times then?
What? You can just you can use your SSN number. What are you talking about?
Well, isn't it more personal to get someone's SSN number than their ID?
The whole point of the SSN number is to keep track that you're not voting multiple times. You don't need a photo ID in order. You don't need a photo ID in order to actually vote. The SSN is the whole point of it being personal.
Never been asked for my social security number when I go vote.
Yeah, may I ask a clarifying question? Because Joe, I really appreciate what you're saying, but SVS, is that like, okay, when you're asking these hypotheticals, like, do you consider like voter ID fraud in terms of like, or in context of like gerrymandering?
Are you just advocating for violence against people you don't agree with? So
no, I
don't really want to answer.
Wait, don't do that. Address what he said. You don't got to do that. So answer his question.
I am addressing what he said.
No, you didn't.
No,
you just pivoted from his opinion.
Look, like, do you not think that like voter ID registration in these laws like are inherently racist? Are they marginal? Like,
I mean, I'm just asking for you guys to prove your point that it is
right,
racist.
and that's why
all
I'm testing. I'm testing your like. So we have to see where you come from. So how do you?
Well,
like,
what do you mean?
what's
You're
the
guys making a positive,
I'm
factual
asking you-
claim. I'm just asking for your evidence.
This isn't a positive, actual claim.
Yeah, it is. You guys are saying that it's.
Listen.
Wait. You guys are saying it's
It's a
definitively racist, and I'm asking how, and now you're asking me about my opinion.
Okay, this is what will make it clear to you. So
I can go on other reasons too.
Describe to me the juxtaposition of gerrymandering and false. Essentially, what you were saying is that you feel like people are voting.
I mean, I think it's kind of racist to say
times.
that black people don't have IDs. I think that's kind of
so
racist.
you're not. It's the way in which people acquire IDs. You're not. You just okay. So I guess it's lost upon.
No, I mean, you guys are claiming that it's
Joe.
racist to ask for someone to own an ID. I don't understand what you're
No,
trying to
it's
say.
the fact that they were trying to require photo IDs. That the whole point was that wasn't needed when you can already use your SSN verification.
So wait, are you just basing everything on the Civil Rights Act? Like it's like the Civil Rights Act is the end all be all of all.
Can you just address what he just said? Like,
yes, bro.
Just address what he
just said. ATG, why are you involved in the conversation? That doesn't
okay,
involve
SB, 1 second. We don't need to get all, in our feelings.
People debating one person.
No, but SB, that's fine. That's fine. ATG's trying to jump in. Just 1 second. I'm the host. Just give me a quick moment, sir, before you unmute yourself. ATG and Jolu are two of my mods. They're going to be on the panel. They're going to be, interjecting every once in a while. If you don't like that, exit button's right there. ATG is just trying to, get the conversation moving. So don't take offense. It's not 3v1. If you want to talk to one specific person, Totally understand that, but we don't got to get the emotions rolling, okay? He's just trying to get the conversation flowing. He's not trying to come at you. No one's trying to come at you. We just don't want to be talking over each other. We want to get this conversation going. Okay.
If it's so difficult to address that too, I can like, what's the point of limiting ballot drop boxes? SVS. What's the point of limiting ballot drop boxes?
let's just stick on one thing at a time. It was
No, because you didn't want to answer. So obviously we can go to another point that they try to pass. So what is?
You're the one making a claim that it's all racist. Stop. I'm just asking you how it's racist first. So can we answer that first before we move on to all the other things?
Stop. Again, what is the point? Because this was one of the claims that they made. And
you made a claim that it's racist. I'm just asking you how it's racist. That's all I'm asking.
That's what I'm trying to get at, SVS. And I'm asking you, what is the point of
why are you answering a question with a question though? That's what I don't understand.
Dude, okay.
Let's move. Can we move on? Because he's kind of like just stonewalling it.
Absolutely.
So MTG, I do want to ask you a question, right? Because I don't think anybody picked up on this. So you made the claim, right? Your claim when it came to the Civil Rights Act, you were talking about how Democrats basically broke up the nuclear family, yada yada yada. Like you were going on a tangent, correct?
Yeah.
But right before that, you said that there wasn't any systemic racism.
No, before that there was racism. Before the absolutely, I'm not saying that there wasn't, but it was not institutional. It's personal. I don't like you. So simple. Not that there is no.
Do you know what systemic racism is?
There is no one single law in the book in the US that single out black people. There is not one.
Can you define systemic racism?
Is there overall oppression of a certain category, an ethnic group? That's what it is. That's what systemic racism is.
So why are you suggesting that it has to be solely laws?
Because everything else is just my personal behavior towards you. That is not institutional. I'm one single individual that maybe I don't like black people for whatever reason. Maybe because you stole my watch
or argument isn't making
my dog. I don't know.
Argument isn't making any sense because
it doesn't make any sense.
If the Democrats and your whole
have a look, there are white politicians, black politicians, white police officers, black police officers.
Let me finish. Your whole premise was that laws were passed and that the civil rights negatively affected black people.
Certain parts of the Civil Rights Act.
And you said that there were policies and laws that were passed that negatively affected black people. And it disproportionately, you were saying that
no, I didn't say that. I said that
you were saying black people are worse off than they were before the Civil Rights Act. You said that
pretty much, yes. I mean, socially, wealth-wise, go and check the statistics. You've never been as poor as today.
So let me ask you something. If that's the case, you're saying on a systematic level, black people were disproportionately affected by this. In other words, targeted.
But you're
denying systemic racism.
Only the blacks, because the Iranian did better than you. The Indian did better than you. The Vietnamese did better than you.
Oh no!
Hold on. Does that make any sense to anybody on this panel? What he just said. This guy,
you just monologuing, bro.
This guy literally is describing systemic racism.
I am giving you facts.
Do I agree with what he's saying? No, but he's describing systemic racism.
If you get into a top universities because you got in with 20% less grades than I did.
Listen.
No, 20% less grades.
Come on.
Listen to that. Exactly.
You literally avoided his. You avoided his.
DI, affirmative action is all to help you out, people.
Listen, guys. This guy literally, I don't agree with anything that he said, but he denied systemic racism. But then his whole argument, Joe Lou, was talking about how the Democrats, how civil rights negatively affected black people. That doesn't make any sense. You deny systemic racism.
Negatively affected society as a whole, not the black only. No, as a whole.
You didn't know. No, listen. You said specifically you were talking about black families and a nuclear family. Snap.
Yeah.
But systemic racism isn't real?
Systemic racism, I repeat myself, to
That
be
makes no sense.
systemic and institutional, you
Y'all
should have
can-
laws
Joe,
that
Joe,
go
why
and
don't we get a
discriminate
definition?
the blacks,
Joe, Lou,
and
you
there
can
is
have this guy.
none out there.
MTG, I'm
Well,
done. I'm done.
can you guys define what systemic racism
Why are you
means?
keep
I
muting
would
me,
love to.
guys? Why are you
Hold on.
muting me all the time? I'm
MTG.
contributing
Interrupting,
here.
bro. Stop.
Okay, one second.
I'm
Hold on,
sharing
hold
a
on, hold on,
view.
hold on. I walk away from my phone for a second. I come back, everyone's
No,
screaming.
but
What's going on?
I'm sharing a view and somebody
One
keeps
second, 1 second. I need to talk to the mods. What's happening?
muting me all the
I
time.
didn't
It's-
ask you. With all
That's
due
me.
respect.
You gotta move that little
Interrupting.
sign
Stop
that says
over
Rose
talking.
to join because I can't.
It's simple. Let me say one single phrase and then
No,
Move it down a little bit more.
No.
If you're gonna do that, I'm gonna say one thing and leave. I'll drop you. Goodbye. I don't care. Like, I don't know. You're causing such pandemonium on my panel, and I can't handle it no more. We'll move on.
Anyways, yeah. What do you want to say?
Is it better if I put it here, guys? Can you see everybody?
You could move it like over to the left a little bit under the Charlie Kirk thing, so then it's not blocking it.
So, can you guys define systemic racism?
There you go. That's better.
Okay. 1 second. AVVP or AVP. What is your age for TikTok purposes?
Hello. Why Pegasus is going down? Did you kick him off?
What?
What is your age for TikTok purposes? AVV.
It means I'm a lawyer.
All right, man. You're just gonna yap. Yeah, I literally I'm not gonna repeat myself. Anyway, I'm not gonna repeat myself. Anyway, I'm not gonna repeat myself. Anyway. I'm not gonna repeat myself. Anyway. Benefit certain racial groups while disadvantaging others. My point with the Civil Rights Act and the DOJ suing Georgia and North Carolina was trying to point to that. The way I was questioning you, SVS, because we're going to go back on this, was that I was trying to question the point of these laws being passed, right? The whole point was that Georgia had a lot of black voters. So they try to put in laws that were insanely unnecessary and that would disproportionately affect them because a lot of black people did not like Trump. This was during the time of the Biden and Trump election. So that's why I was trying to put you into questioning about what were the points of putting in these laws are. And then when we go on to that, that's where I'll go into deeper. How is that racist?
Right. Well, I understand now that you're just trying to basically say that like it's systemic racism. So can we define like a simple one sentence definition of what systemic racism
No.
is?
You asked for a definition. So I gave you.
It was like a paragraph. I'm just asking for like one sentence.
That's
like,
not
what
a
is
paragraph, bro. That's like a sentence. That's
Yeah,
literally a whole sentence.
And you can't define systemic racism in like one sentence because it's like I say, it's a system and it's literally could be through housing, it could be through, it's defined through, it's a system.
Do you want me to read it again? So like,
Let's start with the definition of racism.
Well, hold
okay?
on.
No. Racism. Wait.
This is going away from the subject. You guys are going away from the subject.
Hold on.
I just want to address the mods and the host. Honestly, I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to interrupt.
You're good.
Just for the work that's being done. Like I see y'all, like obviously y'all do this all the time. Like no disrespect to this. It's just that like SVS is on a very clear trajectory of what they're trying to prove. And rather like I would just like to share in the work that y'all are doing. Like so that like we could just get through this point because SVS, truthfully, if you don't think like you're asking people to define words, right? Okay. You don't know how these words work like when we're in conversation. So I would ask you is show us, please, a working model. If you think that racism works in a certain way, like show us a working model where it works in the reverse or it doesn't work.
But before we go there, though, he was he was asking about systemic racism. So I don't want to.
That's what I mean. Well,
Yeah,
no, ATG. Okay, so to clarify that, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't use the right words for it. But it's the institutional aspect of it, is because if we're going to get down to the definitional thing, like race, and then like the nuance of it, is that's why like it's just descriptive. It's not prescriptive. Like when we're talking about definitions. So like institutionally though, like if you don't think like the same person that MTG was talking about systemic racism, define systemic racism and define racism, like it has to come back to the system. It has to come back to the institution. So is there a working model
But
that
systemic,
says the adverse?
I
so,
agree. I agree with what
yeah.
you're saying, but he was asking the question as if like it didn't exist. I wanted him to continue what he was saying on the systemic racism before we jump over to just racism. Like I wanted him to go on with that point because he was kind of switching over to, well, define racism. No, you asked about systemic racism and the definition. Is there a reason why you asked about that, SV?
And the whole point is that it can manifest in many ways, just not through the system, institution based, any structures, even cultural norms. So
You see? And that's not just like it's not upheld by anything. Like if you're SV, if you're saying that like it exists like on an interpersonal level, it wouldn't exist on an interpersonal level unless it was upheld systemically, upheld institutionally. Because that's how we measure racism. That's how we understand it empirically, is on an institutional level. We see people are disproportionately affected because of race. So where are you going?
yeah.
Are you trying to disprove it? You're trying to say
Well,
it
I'm trying to
doesn't
make sure
exist?
that we're
Yeah.
using the same terms to describe what we're describing.
Okay,
Let's
I'm
start
sorry.
with systemic racism. You asked about that first. You asked about systemic racism.
Yeah, let's make sure we have the same definition.
And keep in mind, hold on, before we keep going, you said that you did not agree with what Charlie Kirk talked about, correct, SV?
I mean, the dude talked for like 15 years straight, and I barely listened to him. So, I mean, I from what I know of the guy, maybe 50-50 agree with what he said, but
Okay.
I didn't really, not that familiar with everything.
He was just attacking my point on how like with the whole video on the Civil Rights Act, like how was it racist in the first place and why the DOJ did it?
I could have swore when he first came in here, he said that he didn't really care for him, but that's besides the fact.
No, I said the same thing. I said, somewhat agree with him.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
You asked about systemic racism, and I want to know the reason you were asking about that.
Well, I'm trying to understand what you guys are actually saying, because that's a very specific term.
What is your understanding of systemic racism?
I don't have any understanding of it. I don't know what it means. That's why I'm asking you to define it.
Okay. Do you want me to define it again?
Yeah.
So I'm saying, like, you just read it out.
Yeah.
I just tried to bring it all together.
Let's entertain him. Hold on.
I'm so sorry.
You're good. I know. Look.
I'm just trying to share with y'all. I apologize.
Yeah, you're good, man. Look. Let me define it. Systemic racism refers to the way institutions, structures, and system across society produce and perpetuate racial inequality, often embedded in laws, policy, and cultural norms that benefit certain racial groups while disadvantaging others. That's just like at max a sentence or two.
Yeah, before we go forward, do you need Jolu to repeat that? Do you want to go into depth about that? Do you understand what he just said so we don't have to repeat it again?
Let me give my definition of racism and systemic and see if they go together and you agree with those two.
What? ATG, am I tripping?
So here's the thing, SV. Like,
let me give you my definition and see how it matches up.
But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. You can go Google systemic racism if you don't understand it. The problem is,
I think you guys are trying to sell me something, so I'm trying to see what you're selling.
So if I was trying to sell you some BS, I wouldn't go tell you to go to the source. I'm telling you.
I'm looking at a definition right now.
SV, hold on, because what I think you're doing is you're trying to play a game of pick apart an argument in words and things like that. And the problem that I'm having is I want you to go Google it first And then if you disagree with something, just say, I disagree with it because of this.
Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking at two
You're
definitions.
asking us a bunch of questions and you don't have an argument. It's like there's no point in talking.
Well, isn't that how debate works? You have to define your terms before you get into a debate.
You haven't defined it.
like
You haven't
multiple
questioned. You haven't questioned anything. You haven't refuted anything.
Say, what is systemic racism? Now,
No,
you know, you giving me your
that's
definition.
not
Now I'll give you
refuting
mine.
You're just wanting us to teach you. That's not a debate. We're just teaching you.
You just said I have a definition. I'm going to give you guys. So,
But can
But
I?
that's not
wait,
because you
hold on.
know it. That's because you're searching it up. This is not a debate. We're just basically teaching you.
I'm gonna. Yeah, let's make it simple. How
why
about
are you guys
this?
so triggered? I'm just trying to get to the.
SV,
I'm just
I
trying
want
to
to make
save
it
One second,
simple.
one second.
next
Wait. 1 second.
Let's make it very
1
simple.
second. ATP. If you think this is triggered, you are soft parroted, my dude.
Can I
Because
say
we're
something?
as calm as fucking cucumbers and zucchinis right now, bro. We're chilling. We've been explaining the same definitions to you. If we were pissed, we would have kicked you and been on with our way by now. So don't be coming up here thinking that we're on our feelings because we're basically just saying you're
Okay.
wasting our time.
Okay. So let me say my definitions. Okay. So
No, this is how.
Hold on.
No. We're not doing this. This is how it's gonna go, SV. You're gonna tell us 3 things that you liked about Charlie Kirk. That's how we're gonna start the
Can I
conversation.
Change the
say something
subject,
first? ATG,
What's
can I
wrong with
say
that?
something first?
No, because I don't. He's stonewalling the topic in the
I
conversation.
know, but can I say something first? Okay, so
is he new?
so we gave you a definition on systemic racism, and you said you didn't know and you wanted to learn, and we told you, and then you said let me tell you my definition, but you're searching it up. You're not listening to us. You're just searching it up and believing what you want to believe.
No, I'm trying to break it into smaller pieces so we can actually understand what you're saying. Because you're
Yes,
saying
but
across
it's-
society, across all these words, like you're using like a big broad definition. I'm just trying to break it into smaller pieces.
Yeah, you can't.
Okay,
you can't
but look,
define. You can't. Wait.
can't-
Stop. You can't summarize systemic racism
In one
at,
sentence.
like one single.
Right.
single
So I have
sentence.
2 different definitions. I'm gonna
Right.
run them
The
by you guys, and then you can let me know how they go.
SV, we're not going to do that. We spent
Why not?
way too much time on this, so we're just gonna move past that. You're
Well,
gonna
if this
tell
is
us-
so important, why can't we just focus on the one thing? This is like,
it is important, but teaching you isn't. I'm so sorry, my dude. So we're gonna push past this. We'd just like to hear some things you agreed with Charlie Kirk, some things that you know on your own that you don't have to search up, and you can do that on your own time. Because again, this is not a class.
I mean, you guys seem like you're kind of defensive right now, to be honest with you.
Again, if you think I'm defensive, this is not the.
You've got
answer.
4 people jumping down my throat just to
Again,
say one
nothing is
definition.
down-
You
I
won't
don't
even
know
let
what
me
you
get it
put
out of my
down your
mouth.
throat on your own time, but we're not down there, babe. We're chill.
Wait,
Not chill. You have 4. You have like literally 5 people.
SV, say your definitions, bro. Say it. Just say what you gotta say.
I'm saying at this point,
Say what you gotta say, SV.
Okay, so prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against a person or people on the basis of their membership in a particular racial or ethnic group. And then systemic would be inherent or pervasive within a system operating without needing explicit individual actions.
ooh,
Okay, so what now? What?
You got it
No,
out of your
If
system.
I mean,
If racism
really just said
requires intent or conscious bias at the individual level, then systemic racism, which implies racism baked into impersonal structures like laws, policies, or institutions, can't exist by definition because
wait, you just read it though. Just read
systems
that
are
definition of a
conscious
systemic.
actors
Just
capable
read
of
that
intent.
again, though. You're
Systems
just
are tools
contradicting
created.
yourself.
Wait,
denying systemic racism.
systems
Yeah,
are.
just read
Wait,
that
system.
again, though. What
Hold
you
on.
just said.
No, listen,
against what
listen.
You just
Here's
read.
the last part.
Please.
The last sentence.
No,
last sentence.
just say it.
Systems
What
are
systemic?
tools created by people. They don't
No.
hold
Oh,
prejudices
so you're reading
independently.
this from
Can you
something
read the
else.
last
This
part
is-
again, please? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
read-
Systems are
reread that
tools.
last part.
No.
Systems
One
are
second, one second.
tools.
Let him get it
Hold
out of
on.
the system.
Systems are tools created by people. They don't hold prejudices independently of people.
Do you know
What
what
is
this
that
feels
from?
like to me? You know what? This feels like when you go to a doctor's office and you're diagnosing yourself to your doctor, and your doctor's looking at you like, what? Can I diagnose you? Like, dude, have you gotten these definitions out your system? We need to move past this. This is wasting so much time.
My point is that you guys are saying that systems are racist, but I'm saying systems are made up of people.
So would you?
Wait, you just read it.
So would you dispute the actual definition of systemic racism? Because it sounds like you're you're taking definitions and you're trying to refute something that you can go look up. You can Google systemic racism. So are you saying that that's not true?
He just did that though. Like ATG, he just did that. He read the he read the definition of systemic racism, and then he quoted a different reading. So like make him do that. Make him say the definition of systemic racism again, and then read that quote right next to it. Please do that. That ending quote that you just left us with, SVS.
Oh, I'm at my limit with this quote shit, honestly. I'm giving it 5 more minutes and then I'm moving this.
All right. Well, let's just get into it because now we have a definition.
I don't want to get into it. I'm at my wit's end with this.
I mean,
I didn't mean to say ATG though.
Hold on. Yeah. One more time. SVS, read the last part of the definition.
Okay. Systems are tools created by people. They don't hold prejudices independently.
And that's hold on. That's the definition of systemic racism, SV?
Well, I'm saying, how can a system hold a prejudice when it's just a
Let me ask you a question. I'm going to ask the question again. Is that the definition of systemic racism?
Different than what you guys said.
No, is that the definition of systemic racism?
I'm pulling my hair.
I can't.
Okay,
SVS, just say that is your definition.
Stop. Just answer this question. It's a yes or no question. Is
No,
that
it's not. You asked me for the last thing I said, so that's
okay? So let me ask you, what is the definition of systemic racism?
My definition of it?
No, the actual fucking definition.
Well, are you saying that I have to make up one, or you want me to read you the definition of it?
You just read it, bro.
I can't. I'm not doing. I'm not. I'm so patient. One second. ATG, you know that I'm pretty patient. I'll do this shit for hours. I can't do it anymore.
No, it's fine. Listen, let's all take a deep breath because SVS
discrimination or unequal treatment on the basis of a membership in a
SVS. It's over with SVS. That's
particular ethnic group.
Your age and how you feel about the prompt.
I'm 18 years old. How I feel about the prompt? I think that Charlie Kirk's death was tragic.
Unalive mints.
Sorry, unalive was tragic. I don't think he
be
deserved
careful.
to
They don't like that answer here. They
be careful.
He
we don't like
deserved
you
it.
talking either. You're gonna go down
because the reason why I don't believe that it was deserved, because even though Charlie Kirk stands on some things where like a lot of people wouldn't agree on them, I don't think that should determine whether or not you deserve to live or not. I think that's determined by Jesus Christ. And yes, like you could say, oh, that's just a religious belief. But if you look at the things that are going on in the world right now, like the Epstein files, the way that these politicians, these people that run the world are literally making sacrifices. They're eating children, they're eating babies, making sacrifices to the demon ball. And you can easily search this
Hey,
up.
yo,
this is
nah. For
okay,
y'all platforming this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Eating babies? Come on, I'm not trying to be here for that.
D. We can't go into that type of stuff on here.
We're getting on like a whole nother volcanic level topic.
I'll skip all that, but this is all like right in front of
you. Did you agree with Charlie Kirk and what he said or not?
There are things that I don't agree with Charlie on, and there are things.
What are some of the things? Give me 3 things that you agree with that Charlie Kirk said.
3 things I agree with that Charlie Kirk said. I can't name it off the top of my head.
Okay, is there 3 things that you didn't agree with?
3 things I didn't agree with. The gun violence. He agreed with.
I'm just drop him. Like what's his name? He left because of the baby stuff. Now everyone's getting mad.
I think it was sharing. I think sharing supplies.
He's like, fuck that shit. I'm out.
What's the rose to join thing is like blocking his name for me. Like that.
It's gone now. I'm over it.
Oh, that's Clover. Okay, Melissa. Damn.
Yeah, I've been here the whole time. I've just been kind of peaching in when I needed to.
It's like he was reading an open book test and then he was getting the wrong answer every time.
SV, I will let you up if you shut up about this definition stuff and just tell us things you agreed with. We're over the definition thing. Because we're not doing the definition thing anymore. Put it out your head. Move on from it.
I can just go into how he's racist. We can just switch it to that. I don't know.
let's just SBS. I want to know some things that you agree with that Charlie Kirk said, because you obviously you're a fan of Charlie Kirk.
Well, I mean, I don't think he deserved to get unalive.
Okay, you said that already. Give us three things.
Do you think he deserved to get unalive?
Can you stop avoiding the question and give us three things that you didn't like or that you liked about him, please?
You can unmute now.
I've never had such a difficult day on TikTok, I swear.
We've had some days for sure. SVS, what are three things that you agree with that Charlie Kirk said? You can Google the definition of.
Or just one. Give us another thing. Just like start with one. If three is too big of a number.
So wait, what? So what I've seen tonight is nothing. You guys have it worse than this,
man. Listen.
Well, I mean, look. Here's the thing: is like it's like you guys are obviously very biased. So anything I say, you guys are just kind of really upset.
When we get into
One second. Wait. I don't care of the sob story. Just tell us or don't tell us. Tell us or leave. Those are your two options. We're giving you the opportunity to say it, so say it.
You guys are very lovering liberals, I can tell.
Lovering isn't a word, my dude. God damn.
Okay. Like I was saying, so you guys have had worse than what's happened tonight. Like worse.
We haven't had worse. We've had busier days with like a full panel and lots of people, but like we haven't had such morons in a while.
I would say, from my memory, I feel like there were worse people.
Oh, for sure. We're missing a mod too. Like normally we have like 3 mods, so it's easier to mute people and to kind of like control the panel. But it's
I think I've been having some issues with my phone, so I'm just at my wit's end today.
Me too. So I mean, and honestly, it's best if we don't like let the mods cut people off. Like whenever like people on the panel start cutting each other off, it just creates chaos, because especially with people like SVS and that one dude, the foreign dude,
MTG.
Like, if you just let them speak.
Yeah, I guess it's fine. So what if I agree to speak?
Boys sociopaths.
What?
Record.
Form of benefiting white women. All of our tax money was it was basically saying, okay, well, we're going to cut government funding going into your medical. You get a certain tax break as a single or as a mother. Sorry, not a single mother, just as a mother. You get just a little bit at the end of the year. 365 fucking days, by the way. 306, and I'm going to make this very clear for everybody listening. 365 days you have to work as a woman to get this tax break. And they're taking that away. They're taking that little bit of money that you get on your taxes as a mother for having your child and raising them for 365 fucking days, taking care of them every fucking day, which is a job alone. Hello. Right? And they're
why she thought that was, and because there's no evidence. And she was going to go, well, evidence. I think maybe this.
Exactly. So Matt, if you're saying that there's not, no. Listen, I don't care about none of that. You're saying that causation doesn't exist in these studies, so then prove that it doesn't exist, because it does. You sound goofy right now.
Yeah, I literally just read through the study and we just talked about why there's no causation.
We talked about one aspect of study.
Yep, okay. Yeah, and then we talked about the health.
One aspect of it.
Yeah, we can continue. The next one was healthcare.
Yeah. Go ahead and prove to us that causation doesn't exist.
Can I call bullshit on him reading anything? Matt, what's the NIH?
Yeah, I can't lie to you, Deb. Ever since I updated my phone, the keyboard's bad. Like sometimes the screen.
A waste of time, Sister Nini. The one that said bring it on the screen, he already left.
What? He ran?
He run.
What?
What was
Yeah.
it? Leviticus one?
Leviticus chapter 22, verse 20.
You don't
Oh, it's
know
all
it.
over, by the way. Guys, by the way, this is not only found in Leviticus. This is all over the Old Testament. Go ahead, show us. Correct.
That verse doesn't matter because without blemish for Jesus meant without sin.
One second, brother. 1 second. Read it.
Do you want
You
me to
read it
read
quick.
it? Oh, yeah, I
Yeah,
got
bro.
it.
Read it.
Do not bring anything with a defect because it will not be accepted on your behalf.
Okay. So, I mean, that's a horrible translation, but it's fine. It's fine. This is all over. This is in Ezekiel. This is in Leviticus. This is in, I don't know if it's mentioned in First Peter. It's all over the Bible, all over, right? So the sacrifice must be unblemished. Otherwise, like I said, it becomes like not acceptable, right? God will not accept the sacrifice. So you guys all say that he was beaten, he was tortured, right? And he was hung on a pole. That's literally the complete opposite of like what God tells them, like what he commands them in the Old Testament and how or what is acceptable for sacrifice to the Lord. So there's that. But anyway, Ugly, what were you saying? The other guy left, which is really
I said
sad.
you guys are thinking that because he was physically beaten, that he was blemished, but he was without blemish because he was without sin.
So you're telling me animals sin?
So exactly.
So when God says they would either
Jesus.
Wait. When God says, they are to be unblemished, you're telling me that he's referring to the animal sinning?
Jesus is not an animal.
Are you? Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
So you're proving my point.
It's different.
You're proving my point.
That's not the point of the sacrifice. The sacrifice doesn't mean that it's like a ritualistic, like blood sacrifice to God or something.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
What are you guys talking about? You guys are saying that like Jesus was sacrificed as like a sacrifice to God. Is that what you're saying?
He's not the sacrificial lamb.
I mean, in a sense, but not. That's not like a direct thing.
Of sin?
Like, why are you guys being like autistic about it?
All right, you can't say that word. What do you? Why? Okay, this is TikTok Live. What are you saying that word up here for? Bring him back up. Don't say that word again, bro.
Yeah. So Sister Nini, right? He says that I was lying when I said that the Bible said Jesus is not pure. So now I'm gonna show you the verse ugly since I'm lying. Can you go to Job 25:4-6?
I didn't say that.
Is you or the other guy? You said I was lying. Okay, so Jesus was not pure in the Bible. You want to read the verse?
Jesus was not who?
He was not pure.
Oh, Jesus was pure. Yeah.
No, he was. The Bible said it.
You can read the verse.
You're talking about a man who comes from a woman?
Yes.
Yeah. Any man who's born of a woman is impure. Yeah.
Is impure. Yeah,
no, the Quran says the same. No. The Quran says the same thing in chapter 19. It says the same thing about Zechariah. Try again. I mean, sorry. It says the same thing about Yahya. Exactly, John the Baptist. So now what? So now is John the Baptist God?
The Bible doesn't say that about John the Baptist.
But John the Baptist was conceived in the same manner as Jesus, according to Luke chapter 1 and 2.
That doesn't mean he was sinless.
Wait. John the Baptist is actually considered to be amongst the greatest. Even Jesus says there's no better man than the one born or other besides John the Baptist. He's greater than any man.
That doesn't mean
which includes himself, obviously. What are you talking about? Hey, Ugly, I can't lie to you, bro. Why do you believe a man is God?
I believe Jesus is God. Because
so when he's preaching during his earthly ministry, what does give me the most compelling, the most greatest argument you can possibly think of that screams where he's speaking, whatever, it just screams this man is God.
He clearly says it so many times.
Where? Give me the best argument you have.
I can quote multiple times. Before Abraham was, I am.
Oh,
why do you call me good? Only God is good.
Wait.
What's up?
Are you wait, you guys, he's going to Mark 10:18 to prove the divinity of Christ? Are you sick? Are you guys ill?
What's wrong with that?
You are bringing up patches. So someone comes to Jesus. The rich man comes to Jesus. He says, "How can I?"
If Jesus is not real, then how the
bro? Holy.
Yeah, these people, bro.
I don't know if I could do it, bro. Hey, Cook, take over, bro.
Yeah, ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. A man cannot be God.
Can I say
You already
something
read
if
the
you don't
verse.
mind?
Wait, sister. So you already read the verse with her, right? About Hosea 11:9.
Hey, Cook, bro, please just speak, bro.
You remember, right? Ugly.
Wait, you said what?
Wait, what verse?
Bro, take over. I can't, bro. He's just,
I got you.
he brought Mark 10:18 to prove the divinity of Christ, bro.
Yeah. Hosea 11:9 says that God is not a man. Malachi
God is
3:6
not a
says that God
man.
doesn't.
You guys try to cut verses short. Read the whole
Yeah.
verse. God is not a man to where he will lie. I'm pretty sure that's
No.
what it says.
No. Hosea 11:9
No, you
says
got it
that
wrong.
for I am God, not a man.
Not even 11, like Hosea 11:9. That's Numbers 23:19, bro. Cooked, are you able to
That is
speak or no?
11:9 as well.
What about
No, that says-
what about
no, that
Surah
says-
We read it.
Al? What
We
about
read it already,
Surah Al
sister.
Azab?
Surah Al Azab.
33:32.
Surah Al Azab.
All right, but you could bring
go down,
SMU, you could
Jahil.
come back up later. Al Azab.
I got you.
Go ahead, Cook. Go ahead, Cook.
He wanna bring the verse that the prophet married his son-in-law's wife. I don't know, his son wife. We're not here for that.
Wait, so ugly.
You can go to Surah Al-Ram,
Yeah.
30:30 as well.
So
that's fine.
in the verse that you brought, I would argue that makes a distinction between God's capacity and Jesus' capacity being distinct and different. So I just have to close my. This is my window, man. It's freezing, bro. It's like -3 right now. But yeah, I think the Bible teaches that there's a distinction when it comes to the Father's ability, when it comes to godly power, and the Son's ability.
Well, the Son limited himself.
Okay, so why do you believe that God, being unlimited, can become limited?
Well, one second. Why do Muslims try to make more enemies? I don't understand that. Why are you insulting?
How are we insulting Jesus by saying he's not God?
Because he is God.
Okay.
You know, people have. It's unfortunate that you don't comprehend what we comprehend. Simple.
See what you guys.
It's unfortunate.
4 people speaking at the same time. Okay, everybody's gonna get muted. Dr. Cook, finish making your statement. I'm gonna mute too.
Yeah, that guy is tripping. Here's the thing: we don't insult Jesus, we don't curse him. If anything, Galatians is, the only book that curses Jesus. Us Muslims, we have respect for Jesus. But here's the thing: if you guys believe that God is going to be eternally unlimited, obviously, and God doesn't have any potential to gain any powers, right? Because he's eternally the all-powerful, then how the heck can you say that the eternal unlimited God at a certain point in time became limited?
Well, what you guys view as weakness, Jesus becoming a human, you guys see that as weak of God. It's actually very powerful for him to do. That he would come down, limit himself, and sacrifice himself.
Okay, can he limited himself to become a dog so I can call him dog?
Look normal. Yeah, well, I'm not. You fucked me up, okay?
I'm crazy. I'm depressed. She's like, I don't know what that it is. You don't know what depressed it is? Okay, let me tell you. And she's not interested.
Well, that's the thing. If she's not interested in hearing it, why should you show interest in what she has to say and what she thinks? You shouldn't. Just, like, you don't care, so why should I care? Exactly. Paciano? No, like if you was even if he was normal, like even if he was a normal person, right? You wouldn't be this amazing person who we all love and care about, right? We appreciate the hell out of you for who you are and the fact that you're being honest and straight with us about things. We love you so much for that.
Yeah, just to be strong, right? Don't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't talk about my problems.
Well, if it was in any other setting or with anyone else, if it was with any other person that you don't know, or you're not familiar with, or whatever, complete strangers,
send it to me.
I'd say that it's probably
It's all good.
not a
I'll
good
send it
idea.
to Psyche.
Well, we're kind of like your family now. We're your online family, but we're like your closest friends, your confidants, your people you can trust and rely on, right? So feel free to express yourself as openly as you want with all of us. Like, I don't mind.
Okay, as long as you guys don't mind.
The little arrows on top.
If I have any problems,
thing.
I only have one. This is my only problem in my life right now. Nothing else.
Well, one day at a
This is it.
time, one problem at a time, right?
Oh, thank you, Will. Thank you for
Thank you, efforts partner.
Mystery Maxim. Yeah, I guess also probably it's easier, if there's only one problem, it can be easier to fix it. Well, thank you for the yes.
Well, life is long, random, spontaneous, and unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen. So, just take it one day at a time, one thing at a time, and then when that's taken care of, you can move on to the next. There's no rush, no pressure, no obligation. Just whenever you feel like you're ready to tackle the problem, overcome it, and move on.
Yeah, so
Saturdays and Sundays, I take a chill pill. I rarely come up every now and then, but I really take a chill pill on Saturdays, Sundays, certain days, man, because you gotta go away. You gotta go away for a while, get you some peace of mind, then come back. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, because when you hear, because all they have is let's see what this person's up. I don't know how to say their name.
I think he's at the clinic.
Hey, I Clint.
All
right, Clint. What's going on, man?
Hey, you say Jesus is a Muslim?
You wearing orthopedic shoes? You keep orthopedic shoes on?
Are you a Christian?
Yeah, I am a Christian.
And do you believe that Jesus is God?
I believe Jesus is God.
Okay, why do you believe that?
I believe because it has been written. It's in the Bible. Do you believe in Quran?
Hold up, man. Do you wear orthopedic shoes? Just answer that question.
I thought I had a question about you being a Muslim.
Shoes? Do you wear orthopedic shoes?
Hold on.
Walk with Christ and orthopedic
Hold on, Mr. Don. I heard you talking. Hey.
All right. So why do you believe that Jesus is? Why do you believe that Jesus is God when he never said he was God?
So
he never did. He never did anything that made him God.
The Father and I are the same. So can I ask you a question?
No, he doesn't say. It didn't. No, wait. You just lied. You don't say I and the Father are the same.
Okay.
It says I and the Father are one.
All right.
Why you just lie like that?
So you're saying the Bible is incorrect?
Why did you just lie?
You saying the
just now
Bible
and
is
say that
incorrect?
I and the Father are one.
Okay.
It doesn't say I and the Father are the same.
Okay, you saying the Bible is incorrect?
I'm saying that yes, I'm saying that whoever was writing about Jesus are incorrect.
So which book is correct?
What do you mean? Which book is correct?
Which book do you believe in?
The Quran. Yeah, the Quran that says that he's a prophet.
Okay,
He's the Messiah.
Can
there you go.
Did Quran
That's
come?
it.
Did Quran
That's
come
it.
from Allah?
Yes, it came from Allah. Now,
Okay, well, hold on. I have a question.
Bro, are you trying to? Are you trying to?
You're
get
trying to
dropped,
run
bro?
away
You
from?
are you trying? Are you trying
to run away from Islam, right?
Are you trying to get dropped?
Hey,
are you trying to get
No,
dropped?
no. Step by step. I have a question about your post,
bro. You on Allah? We ain't on yours.
Listen,
you know you on
listen.
Allah? We ain't on yours.
Okay, you believe Quran came from Allah?
You know what?
Cut that out, bro.
Listen,
Cut it out.
You know what? All right. So hold on. What do you want to ask, man?
Okay,
what is it?
You believe Quran come from Allah, right?
You already know. You already know.
All right.
It comes from Allah. So it's the verbatim speech of Allah.
Okay, cool. Can you read for me chapter 2, verse 106?
If you already got it up, go ahead and read it.
You can't read it? You don't have a Quran, you as a Muslim.
I don't trust you. Shut up, bro.
And read it slowly and read it loud.
Man, shut your.
Yeah. What verse you want me to read? Man?
Chapter 2, Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah, 106.
All right, give me a second.
Thank you.
Come on, man. Come on. All right. And okay, you gotta give me a second. Man. 106. All right, so what's your contention about it?
Read it loud.
Are you going to tell me what's your contention about it? What am I reading?
Read verse.
Hey, man. Hey, listen. I'm going to ask you again. I'm going to ask you again.
If you run away, they're going to laugh at you.
I would
They're
drop
gonna
you
laugh
and
at
still
you.
read it. I would drop you
Read
and
it.
still read it. What are you talking about? What's your contention?
Read the verse 106.
All right, I'll tell you what. Yeah. All right. I was asking him what's his contention about it, and he couldn't even say nothing. He didn't want to say nothing. All right. So 106, I'm going to start at 101. It says, now when the messenger from Allah has come to them, confirming their own scriptures, some of the people of the book cast the book of Allah behind their backs as if they did not know. They instead followed the magic promoted by the devils during the reign of Solomon. Never did Solomon disbelieve. Rather, the devils disbelieved. They taught magic to the people, along with what had been revealed to the two angels, Harut and Marut, in Babylon. The two angels never taught anyone without saying, we are only a test for you, so do not abandon your faith. Yet people learned magic that caused a rift even between husband and wife, although their magic could not harm anyone except by Allah's will. They learned what harmed them and did not benefit them, although they already knew that whoever buys into magic would have no share in the hereafter. Miserable indeed was the price for which they sold their souls, if only they knew. So Allah speaks about selling people selling their souls. Allah speaks about Solomon was not a disbeliever. See? Which in the Bible, it says he was a disbeliever, that he fell into disbelief. See that? If only they were faithful and mindful of Allah, there would have been a better reward from Allah, if only they knew. 104. O believers, do not say, heard us, but say, tend to us, and listen attentively, and the disbelievers will suffer a painful punishment. The disbelievers from the people of the book and the polytheists would not want you to receive any blessings from your Lord, but Allah selects whoever he wills for his mercy. And Allah is the Lord of infinite bounty. 106. If we ever abrogated a verse or caused it to be forgotten, we replaced it with a better or similar one. Do you not know that God is most capable of everything? Do you not know that the kingdom of the heavens and the earth belongs to Allah, and you have no guardian or helper besides Allah? Or do you believers intend to ask of your messenger as Moses was asked before? But whoever trades belief for disbelief has truly strayed from the right way. 109. Many among the people of the book wish they could turn you believers. Yeah, this is it right here. Listen to this. Many of the people of the book wish they could turn you believers back to disbelief because of their envy. After the truth has been made clear to them, pardon and bear with them until Allah delivers his decision. Surely Allah is most capable of everything. And 110, establish prayer and pay alms tax. Whatever good you send forth for yourselves, you will certainly find its reward with Allah. Surely Allah is all seeing of what you do. Alhamdulillah. I was asking him what was his contention of the verse, and he didn't want to tell me. And guess what? I read it, and there's nothing wrong with it. There was nothing wrong with it. Alhamdulillah, it's beautiful.
I'm a Christian, but it seemed pretty legit.
Yeah, how you say your name?
It's just an acronym. It doesn't really mean anything.
What should we call you?
Jack is fine.
Jack, are you a Christian, and do you believe that Jesus is God?
So I am a Christian, and I would say yes, but I don't really see, like, personally, like, I don't see that, like, Islam and Christianity have to be at odds totally. I think that, you know, there's a lot more in common than not in common, and I just say that up front. So, you know, I don't think we have to be at odds with each other.
All right. Did you hear the verses I just read?
Yeah, they seem pretty, from what I gathered of it, it seemed pretty legit, you know?
Yeah. One of the verses was saying that that the polytheists, the disbelieving people, they want. Let me go back up. Many among the people of the book wish they could turn you believers back to disbelief because of their envy. After the truth has been made clear to them, pardon and bear with them until Allah delivers his decision. Surely Allah is most capable of everything. That verse right there is what we receive a lot of. So in the comments, people would say, you know, whatever disgusting things they could possibly think of. You know, we are met with a lot of hatred and just false claims and accusations, and it's like, bro.
Yeah, I've seen it. I mean, so one of my really good friends is Muslim, so I've learned a little bit from him. I mean, I'm definitely not that well versed in it, but but I think there's a lot of similarities in a lot of ways. I mean, we've kind of debated on it a little bit, but so I've kind of complicated views on it.
There's a lot of similarities. Okay, I agree with you on that. The main issue is in the case of Jesus. That's the main issue, because while Christians believe that, not all Christians believe this though, but many Christians believe that God humbled himself and took on flesh and came. That whole idea is just like it's whack to me. Like, that's why I became a Muslim, because it seems, it makes more sense that the Creator is God Almighty. You have to think about it. He created the universe. He created everything that's in existence. And for him to come down as a puny human, it just seems so beneath him. Why? For what? For what reason? He gives us commands. He tells us to obey him. That's our job. That is our purpose of life. Is to obey him. Is to worship him as he ought to be worshipped, as the Creator. He's the one that's going to grant you a kingdom all to yourself, whatever your heart desires, as a reward for obeying him. So if he says, don't take no other as gods besides him, that's exactly what I'm going to obey. If Jesus is clearly saying in the Bible that he has a God, and if he could pray all night to this God, to this one God, I can too. I should too.
Yeah, I think it's a complicated situation, because it's
really not though.
Not
complicated.
What I mean with Christianity, because obviously there's been a lot of versions of Christianity over the years, right? So
yeah,
and I think this is where a lot of the problems come up. And obviously, there's been versions of Islam, which is probably a problem for some people as well, right? Like, eventually, like I think over the years, obviously people have tried to use different beliefs for different reasons. So I'll just give a very brief, like, where I'm coming from as a Christian. So I'd say, the easiest one is John 1 through 1 through 14. It's like, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and the Word became flesh, and stuff like that. So that's usually the general thing right there.
So what'd you say your name was? You said Jack, or?
Yeah, Jack. I just use Jack. Yeah.
Okay, Jack. Why? There's already a story in the beginning. Why did John, or the writers of John, author of John, why did they feel the need that they had to recreate or write a new beginning? In the beginning, it was this and it was that. It doesn't say that
that's a good question. I mean, if you want to take a secular look at it, or a Christian view, or a Muslim view, or Islamic view, there's going to be a different answer for each one of those views, right? I mean, for me, I would say, the way that I would try to describe it is kind of like, we as men, right? Like we're men are created in the image of God, right? And then women are kind of created as, companions to men. Would you agree with that?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. So I think there was a lot of weird stuff going on back then, obviously. And so you have like all the different belief structures around that time with like, the Persians, you have all those religions close by, right? And I think my opinion is, again, I think that the Bible is the Word of God. But if you just want to look at it from a plain point of view, I think it's
Where does it say that the Bible is the Word of God, or who said that the Bible is the Word of God?
Well, I mean, I believe that it is. I mean, I think there's I think Christians believe that, but I don't. But it's a liturgical book, so it's not really like meant to be read in plain English. It's meant to be used as part of a ritual, I think. So I think it's a ritualistic text.
I get that, but it's when you the Bible is the only book that has as far as the Abrahamic faith, that have so many authors that's playing their part, sticking their fingers in saying this is from God. And it doesn't even say it's from God. It says they were inspired by God. Like, who said that they were inspired by God? Who are these 40 authors that were inspired by God? And it was something that came about after Jesus had ascended.
Well,
it might have been different. It might have been different if when Jesus was teaching and the people and his disciples was in front of him, if they was writing down.
Well, I think a couple things that I would say. Again, this is just going to like how I'm going to try to describe it. I'm not going to say this is like the end all be all, but here's the way I would understand it, right? Like, for example, like I think that most Christians that I would agree with, we don't really look at like the Hebrew text. We're looking more at like the Septuagint or the Greek text, right? So what that means is that by this time, the Gentiles had already been, let's say, Judaized via the Septuagint. Does that make sense to you? Like, would you kind of agree with that?
I don't know. I just know that what I'm saying is I just know that God reveals the Torah to Moses. See, one person. He's a prophet. He goes to the people and he tells them what God has revealed to him to guide the men and women back to the straight path.
Right, but we don't
when it comes to this, what I'm saying is when it comes to this Bible, okay, when it comes to this Bible, it's all over the place. It's these people that are saying these things about Jesus. See what I'm saying? It's not the word of God. It's the word of men who are describing what they believe or what they think about Jesus, what he may have said, what he done, and things like that. So if you just took just the words of Jesus, right? If you just took just the words of Jesus, you're not going to get this impression that he's God.
Well,
that's what I'm saying. To worship him when he literally is constantly referring to someone else that he gets everything from.
Yeah.
He gets his knowledge, he gets everything from the one that says Father. And see, in Aramaic, it's Abba. And Abba means, it doesn't only mean father when you're talking about your parents, right? Like your parents, like your physical, your father, right? But when you're referring to God, it's a different context. It means a master or originator or creator. It's someone of authority. See, so when he's saying father, they translate it to father because they wanted Jesus to be the son, the literal son of God, which doesn't make sense because there's other sons of God in the Bible.
Well,
see,
I think I'll just make it very simple from my point of view. I think what it is that, again, we don't really have the Hebrew text from that far back. We had the Septuagint. Obviously, you had all these Alexandrian Jews. And then, Jesus came and did what he did. And then people had to put it all into context, right? So here's the way I would say it. It's like, men were created in the image of God, right? And then we're given women, and then we were given sons and daughters, right? This constitutes like a different ways that we exist as men, right? And I think that the Trinity is kind of representative of like how we live as men, right? Like, we have like a hierarchy. We have like God on top. He gives the men instructions. We instruct the wife instructs the kids. And then we have dominion over the earth to some degree, right? So I think that's kind of my view of what it's trying to convey. And on top of that, I think it was trying to answer the problem of like evil and stuff like this. Like, obviously, we don't believe that God is evil, right? So I think that it's trying to explain basically, you know, how do we answer the question of why is there evil in the world, right? And so I think the idea is that Jesus came and he's repairing evil in the world, because he's literally, like you said, speaking to us as if God were here in the flesh, right? Now, I understand that you guys will never believe that. I'm not going to try to like tell you that you're
But I don't see
wrong, but, you know.
Jesus speaking. I don't see Jesus speaking to us as God in the flesh, because he's constantly referring to someone. He's constantly referring to God. He's constantly crying and begging God for anything that he needs on earth. When he is in trouble, he turns to God. When anything he needs, he turns to God. He's constantly in prayer.
Right.
See?
And I think that's instruction to us for what we should be doing, right? Like that we should be living that way.
Yes, we constantly should be in prayer, and Jesus tells us who to pray to.
Right. And I think the main point I think of what we believe about Jesus is that.
Let me finish what I'm saying. The main point is that he was teaching us. He taught us to repent, to have faith, to turn away from sin, to obey God's commands. And by doing that, we do believe in Jesus. By doing that, we are obeying Jesus, and we are worshiping God as he ought to be worshipped. Nowhere are we supposed to be worshiping Jesus or asking Jesus for anything.
Well,
when he gives the Lord prayer, he tells you who to pray to. It says, "Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. The kingdom come, will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread." And you know what I'm saying? That right there is telling you. Nowhere is it saying anything about a son or anything about a Holy Spirit. So he's telling you right there. Matter of fact, what verse is that? Because that's something that's very important that we should tackle. Hold on, let me get the verse. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah. And but yeah, I think that for us, Jesus is like the gateway. So, you know, we call him like, through him we can know God, right? So we follow him, we live through him, we try to emulate him, we try to follow his path, because he was the only sinless person, you know. And
why do you guys keep harping on this only sinless? That's not true. Mary was sinless.
Well, sure, of course.
What sin did Mary do? You know what I'm saying? Like John the Baptist, he was sinless.
Well,
like what? There's Zechariah, he was sinless. And God says, according to the Bible, they were blameless. That means they were sinless. He didn't blame them for anything.
But yeah,
so Jesus is not the only one who didn't. He's a messenger. He's a prophet of God. He's the Messiah. He's supposed to obey the commands. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean,
well, again,
point.
and I get what you're saying, and again, I think that, you know, it's a mystical thing. So like, I don't think you're going to be able to like find a logical answer to this, because like I don't think that there's any logic to it. It's more, except for that, if you look at Christianity in its totality. So what I mean by that is you have to look at the Septuagint, you have to look at the New Testament, you have to look at the church fathers, but also specifically Paul, because I think Paul is almost like a Taoist writer. He's not writing in plain English. It's very clear to me. He's writing like a very mystical, poetic, you know, guide, similar to like David or something, you know, like kind of like how David wrote like poetry and stuff, right? So
this is what I'm saying is that this is where the confusion comes in, when you have these people that that you're supposed to, they're not prophets, man. They're not getting revelations from God. That's something that I need you to if anything that you get from this is that they're not prophets. Okay, they are not speaking directly to God, and they're not receiving revelation from God. They are writing what they want to write, and they're creating this this belief system where they were able to control the people. And that is, and if you remember any research on Christianity, the Bible was the property of the church. You wasn't able to take the Bible home with you. A lot of those people couldn't even read. So when they went to church, they would listen to whatever the pastor was saying and what he was preaching, and they just took it,
Well, yeah, it's a liturgical book. And I get your argument.
What he was saying.
Yeah, and I get your argument.
So
I mean,
right
the thing
here-
is, yeah, but I just want to say this really briefly. Like, I think I get what you're saying, and I understand your point of view, but I would just say that, like, beliefs are very dangerous, and they can be weaponized by anybody for any reason, for sure. I mean, if you're admitting that, right? So, I mean, you could say the same of the Quran or the Old Testament or Buddhism or anything. I mean, anything can be bastardized or used for evil, right?
Well, when the Quran is specifically telling you that saving a life is like saving the life of all of humanity, and taking a life is like you're it's like you're unaliving all of humanity. Okay, so when the things that are mentioned about war and stuff like that, that's because they were being persecuted, and so God is saying it's okay to stand up for yourself. It's okay to defend yourself. That's okay, because if those people, and we're talking about evil people that's attacking you, what should you do? Should you allow them to come in?
I think Jesus
allow them to come in, wipe every.
I think Jesus was very clear. I think Jesus was pretty much on the. I disagree. I think he just was more careful about how he's speaking in the Bible.
Watch this. Jesus did not have an army that was coming, like an army from another village or another town, right? Another city. He didn't have an army coming to his city to unalive all the women, all the men and women, and to take their stuff. He didn't have that. All he had was the Pharisees was against him.
Well, I mean, some people would say that Rome was part of that, but I mean, here's the thing: is like if your religious leadership is leading the people astray, it's worse than if the army is going to come and kill everybody. I mean, sorry, unalive everybody, right? Like
what I'm saying is Jesus didn't have to. He didn't have to defend the people. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to tell the people to arm themselves because they're coming to unalive everybody. He didn't have that. He had some people that was disgruntled about him and what he was preaching. He exposed the Pharisees for being hypocrites, which embarrassed them. And you know how it is when you embarrass the leadership, or a government. But
wouldn't you say that they're more evil than the invading army of like the Assyrians who would come and, pillage everybody?
Look, dealing with people, politically dealing with people, all right, because they're hypocrites or they're teaching something wrong, right? That's different than people who have no shame or no kind of standards. They just want to come and just pillage your town and just destroy everybody. That's what I'm saying. It's like when you are seeing people that are unjustly being unalived in front of you, that right there, come on, it's going to cause you to want to fight back. And that's what I'm saying. That's what you see in the Quran. You see in the Quran that they went through persecution for many years, and then Allah sends down a revelation saying to fight back.
Well, but Quran, but you guys believe in hell, right? Like if the Pharisees are leading all the people that he, the people on earth to hell, right? Like, isn't that worse than getting unalived then?
No. Because the reason why is because, and this is why Jesus was sent. I only came but to save the lost sheep of Israel. Okay. Only time when God sent prophets, he only sent prophets to the people that were going astray. The people that was transgressing the limits. That's who he sent prophets to. And you see all those people. So like for instance, the people of Sodom and Gomorrah, they were so bad that even after God had sent them a prophet, they were trying to unalive who was it, Lot. They were trying to unalive Lot, and they wouldn't listen. They wouldn't listen. So God decided to destroy them.
Well, from a Christian point of view, we believe that basically the entire world had been going astray because of the deception of, the evil one, essentially. And so Jesus was here to set it back in the right direction. I mean, that's basically the way we see it.
But Jesus couldn't. How is it possible that he was able to straighten out the whole world? He couldn't. The only people that he could talk to is who's in front of him.
Well. This is the thing: is we see it as, again, we don't necessarily see it as like God sent him here to be killed, unalive for the sins of everybody. But basically, that's the way it worked out, in a sense, because he came, he told everybody the truth. They didn't believe in him, and then because of what happened there, the message spread to everybody. Right.
That's what prophets do. Okay, prophets go and they do this. But that's not what happened. You see, what the way that Christianity spread it about, or everyone found about that, was because of the authors of the Bible, not because of Jesus.
I think they saw.
He came.
Yeah, but they saw themselves as like the continuation.
Hold on. What I'm saying is that Jesus came and he teach the people, and he had a big following, and those people, and he told the disciples to go out and teach the people what I've taught you. But see, when you look at the Bible, most of the writers of the Bible were not disciples.
Well, I agree with the statement down here on the bottom. I just want to say this guy on the bottom in the comments, I agree with what he said. The Kabbalah took over the world after King Solomon, and Jesus was against them. That's kind of how I see it. I mean, basically, he had this like heretical belief structure that came in, and he was trying to reverse that.
For instance, Paul was not a disciple. He never met Jesus in his life. He's not a disciple. He's writing. And matter of fact, this guy is unaliving the followers of Christ. This is something that's major. And it's like people is not opening their eyes and seeing how deceptive this is. See, when you have Jesus, right? And he's minding his own business, doing what he is commanded to do. And that is to teach the people, to convey the message, teach the people about the kingdom of God. Okay, that's what he was doing. All right. Now, when you get somebody else and they start writing about Jesus and start implementing Jesus in ways that he never said, and that changes everything. That's worse. That's worse. Like what you're talking about. Yes, that is worse. Now you pretty much made Jesus a Superman. Like he's Superman and he flew down to save the world from evil. And
well, I don't necessarily. Well, again, it's not a man; it's God. But but I understand that where you're coming from. But what I'm saying is, like, if you think of it,
what are you talking?
as a thought of
listen. Listen. That's exactly what I'm saying. Nobody worshiped Jesus or thought he was God. This did not happen until after they start writing in the Bible. The only reason why you think these things is because of what man had wrote about Jesus. Nowhere
Sure,
in the Bible.
What I'm saying is
I'll give
that.
you an example.
But what I'm saying is that
Come on,
this
man.
Trinitarian.
Let me land my plane. Let me land my plane. What I'm saying. Okay, like I brought up John 1:1. When I bring up John 1:1, see what he did. He's rewriting. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. Who told him that? Where did he get that from?
Well, the Quran calls the Word Jesus the Word too, right?
No, he doesn't. It doesn't call him the Word. Okay. And in the Bible, nowhere does Jesus says that he is the Word of God. Jesus doesn't say these things.
Yeah, but again, I think Paul explains it. He says, "For the men I give the meat, and for the children I give the milk."
That's what I'm saying. Who the hell is Paul to write these things? He's not a prophet.
I mean, you could say that about anyone throughout all of history if you want to get technical.
No, you can't. Listen, man. Look, listen. And it's the craziest thing because it's like Europeans just have this idea that they're better. That's what I see. I see that they made Jesus a white man and they whitewashed the world, everything. They made it seem like God became a man. Listen, check this out. God became a white man. So that would make like.
I mean, but hold on. If Muhammad was a white man, if Muhammad was a white man, would you stop being a Muslim?
No. This exactly what happens. They changed the names in the Bible, right? Matthew, Luke, Mark, and John. Those are not people from Jesus' time. They was a name Mark, Luke, Matthew, and John. Okay. How do you go from Ezekiel to Mark?
Yeah, again, even if you're right, let's say that you're right.
God.
If you found out tomorrow that Muhammad was white, would you stop being a Muslim?
Listen, what I'm saying, he's an Arab. I'm black. Okay.
Well, why are you worshiping an Arab then?
What are you talking about worshiping an Arab? I'm not worshiping an Arab.
No, I know, but you see the argument you're saying to me is like, well, they lied to you about him being white. So I'm just saying,
bro,
like, if you want to go there,
you're not hearing what I'm saying to you. You're not hearing what I'm saying to you. What I'm saying.
You get the point. You're not wrong. I know about British Israelism. I understand that.
Damn, I can't get a word in, bro. I can't do that. I say two words and you just blah 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 blah. Yes, they did that. They whitewashed everything. That's what they did. Okay, they made it to where, and then when you put in this face of someone that is not European, but how do you go back to the Europeans and get them to believe in Jesus? Yeah. Do you know who Caesar Borgia is? Like this image here, this guy right here, this is not what Jesus looked like. This is actually the image of Caesar Borgia, which is Pope Alexander VI's son. He got Leonardo da Vinci to paint him and depict him, and he became the face of Jesus. There is so much that went on when it comes to brainwashing, when it comes to control, when it comes to that's why the second commandment says not to make any graven images of anything in the heavens or the earth. Why? Because people will start worshiping them. And that's exactly what the Christians did. They started painting these pictures of Jesus. They started making statues of angels and stuff like that. Who said angels look like that? Little naked babies. Okay, what's up with that? They started making statues of the Virgin Mary, making statues of Jesus, and you would literally see people kissing the feet of these statues. That's called paganism. idolatry. They did these things so that people would look up to, it's white supremacy. They would look up to these things as, well, God chose to be, when he made the decision to take on flesh, he made the decision to choose to be a Jew or to choose to be a European. And you have the Greeks with their Greek mythology, and they're adding to God's message. That's where you get this Father and the Son, and they're gods. And that's why you get this Trinity thing. There's these gods, the gods. You have angered the gods. Come on, man. No, there's God, and he sent prophets to deliver his message of obedience. That's it. Nobody came to die for your sins. Nobody came. None of that stuff is true. That stuff didn't come out until after Jesus ascended, and then they started writing their letters. That's where this stuff comes from, which is ridiculous. How can capital punishment be a sacrifice?
Yo.
How you say your name? Drink.
You can call me, yeah. I gotta change my TikTok name. I ain't gonna lie.
How do you say it? Okay, how do you say it?
Just call me Jay. Just call me Jay.
Dre. All right, that makes it so much easier, man.
Yeah.
Tell me, man. You're a Christian. You believe Jesus is God.
I believe Jesus is the Son of God. I do not claim Christianity. It's a religion that's confused a lot of my fellow brothers and sisters and the nations. I'm not really a person that's just out here blind faith. I know Jesus is Son. I have spiritual encounters, and I've seen the power of the name of Jesus. So it's not nothing like I'm just out here blindly, or just trying to be like a person that